So the next step is going to be actually designing and wireframing your application, which means everything that's visual, all the different pages from settings to your dashboard page to individual tools to your login page need to be wireframed, developed, designed in advance before jumping into your build. Now, this could be, personal preference, right? And I get people who are like, I just want to build the functionality first and then focus on design later. Sure. But if it is your first time building an application, it's really important that you guys grasp and harness the vision that you have for your app. And the easiest way to do that is to view it visually and have all the design and the layout and the buttons and everything already there. So when you look at it, you can kind of see what you want your final product to look like before you even step into development. On top of that, if you're working with another bubble developer or any developer and you want to visually show them what the application is, it's important that they can also grasp your vision and what you are really trying to build at the end of the day. And the easiest way to do that is one with a flow chart and next with a wireframe showing the individual pages, how it flows, and actually being able to tie your idea to something visually. And you can hire a designer to do this, or a lot of times, I'm not the best Figma expert or Figma pro. I'm not the best designer either, but I'll show you guys how to kind of set up a page and build the fundamental blocks or the building blocks per se that you're going to use within your application. And then you can have someone come in and redesign those pages so they look really nice and look really sweet. So let's go ahead and jump into Figma. So first things first, go ahead and download our Figma wireframe of our bubble template. And I highly recommend you purchase a bubble template, especially if you are going through this course. It's only $1. But it will really help you, especially if you want to build your application on top of the template. It already has the basic framework, done and developed for you. But this is an example of a wireframe. So as you can see, you got all tools, image generator, plan and billing, log out, all the different tools. Now they don't have the exact names of all the tools, but it is just a wireframe, and it just needs to show and resemble the final application that you want to build. It doesn't even have to be this neatly designed, but you can kind of work with what we've already given you. We've also got, the profile page as well. Obviously the usage bar here is missing, but no big deal. And then we've got, the different responses that we want to give the design there. When you click on a tool like Amazon product feature tool, product name, product description, the number of generations you want, generate. So this is a very basic idea of what a wireframe should look like. But again, it doesn't have to be identical to this. I'm not a designer. So this is, hard for someone like myself to achieve who's not, the best with Figma. But I will quickly run you guys through, let's go ahead and regenerate one of these pages here. Actually, you know what? Let's go ahead and do the profile page. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead down here. We're going to click on frames, and we're going to build a frame that's pretty much the same thing as what you see here. And so the first thing we need is kind of like a side nav bar. So let's go ahead and create a rectangle here, and we'll go ahead and add a side nav bar. Inside of this, we're going to want some text. So let's go ahead and drag a text box here. We'll do, dashboard or all tools. All tools there. We'll go ahead and copy that and let's drag it underneath. Let's do image generator. So here. Let's go ahead and we can go ahead and change all of the settings that we want here. So let's make this a little bit smaller. We'll make this one smaller too. Go ahead and make that 24. Boom. And then we'll create one for settings, for plan and billing. And then we'll create our log out one here at the bottom. So this is just a very basic way of building a wireframe. And so the next thing we need here is we want to create another rectangle. And this is going to display kind of the profile. So you can go ahead and drag that in there. You can align everything if you want. Also, we'll need a place for our logo. So, you can go ahead and add images into here. You can do a whole bunch of stuff. But for this example, we'll just keep everything really simple. Let's go ahead and just place this up at the top and just say logo here. Go ahead and leave that. And we're back to this. So let's add a circle. That'll kind of display where the profile image is supposed to go. We can go ahead and change that color. We'll make it red. Let's go ahead and add our text here. So this is where your full name will go. Then maybe underneath that, we display, hey, let's do the account plan. Maybe we're like, hey, we want to redesign this. We'll put the account plan kind of over here next to full name. Underneath that, we're going to want to have, maybe they're on the free plan. We can go ahead and change some of these colors as well. We can make that red. We can bold this up. So we can make that bold. We can make the full name bold. Maybe there's a button there to select a new plan. So let's just do, we'll add another square here. And for all you Figma experts out there who are judging me for this, I don't really care. This is just to show everybody who doesn't have a lot of Figma experience that you can easily do this. Select new plan, and we'll make that a button. So we'll do buttons in blue. Probably change the color on this too. Sorry, guys, I'm a little bit picky. And then we'll create a new block down below it, and that will be for your profile. And so on your profile, we've got obviously the title. So we're going to need to add that. We can go ahead and just copy this. We'll just make it really easy. Okay, so for example, this is showing up behind that original block. So we can just bring this to the front, right click, bring it to front. And we'll do your profile. Make the text bigger as well. So 32. And then we'll go ahead and add all the inputs. So we can just keep them rectangles, honestly, and just kind of go on top of this here. We'll go ahead and make that white. That way it kind of pops out. Let's copy that and we'll paste it. Copy, paste. Oh, sorry, we're copying the fill there. Let's go ahead and remove that. We'll go ahead and copy that and paste another one. Drag it down, copy, paste. So you've got first name, last name, email, so forth. We'll go ahead and just copy this guy here. We'll drag that down, and we need to bring that to front. So as you can see here on your left, you have all your different layers, and this is in order from like back to front. And so you can always just kind of like drag this, and then it kind of disappears because it's below this rectangle. And then you can obviously go in here and change the names to all of these so it makes sense. In this, I'm just showing you guys quickly how to maneuver this. So let's go ahead and make this like 16. We will park that right there. We'll do first name. Copy that over. Last name. I think you guys are kind of getting the groove of this. Email, address, and then let's just delete this for now and let's add a button. We'll go ahead and just kind of multi-select these here. So let's select that. We'll hit shift and select that as well. Copy that, paste it. We're going to need to bring that to the front. And then we can do update account. And then we can go ahead too and copy all of this and paste it. Drag it over here. And we'll go ahead and shorten this thing up because obviously we need to do new email. We'll go ahead and drag these over. There's only 2 inputs here, so we can go ahead and remove this third. Make this update email. Drag that up here, get everything aligned and centered. So this would be your new email. And then this is where you'll confirm the password to be able to change that email just for security reasons. We can remove this title here. We could actually bring all this up. So let's select these. Drag that up there. Shorten this. And then we can go ahead and literally duplicate this entire thing again and paste it below. Now, you may need to adjust the constraints to your overall frame, but besides that, this kind of gives you a scope of how you can actually start developing your wireframe for your project. And it doesn't need to be all neat and nice, but having all the pages built out for you, that way you can kind of understand and show someone, even like a developer, or show yourself, hey, this is exactly what I'm trying to build, and replicate that in Bubble. I literally couldn't stress this any more than I'm stressing it right now, but your Figma wireframes are so important, and just wireframe your application, having everything prepared. So I highly recommend going through this, using even this, template as kind of a base model of your overall wireframe. You're also going to need to do, the login page and all that stuff, but this is a really good starting point. And if you want to start from scratch and kind of go with what I did, obviously make it look a little bit neater and nicer. But for the most part, this will act as your wireframe and an example of exactly what you are trying to build, so you can view it visually before literally just replicating it in Bubble. So hopefully that explains kind of Figma. You don't have to be an expert. Just go in here and create a basic outline of all your different pages, and then kind of link that in with your flow chart, and everything will start making sense before you jump into development.